up, guys? It is currently 5:43 in the morning. I'm in New York, in Long Island, where I grew up. We're home for Thanksgiving. I'm going to get an early morning workout in at Unique Fitness. I'm whispering because my whole family is sleeping. So this is a travel gym vlog. I got my lips done. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's a PRP. But anyway, okay, let's get into it. Today's glutes and hamstrings. So I'm excited about that. I love going to this gym. It's out east. So my favorite gym to typically go to when I'm home is Bev Francis Powerhouse. It's where I grew up in that gym. But whenever I'm like here in my house, I go out east just for convenience because it's only 20 minutes away. So I'm gonna make my breakfast right now. We're still sticking to the routine. I'm trying not to get fat because your girl is getting snatched. We're hitting my winter arc programming that I made before I sell it. I always test it on myself and I'm loving the results. So let's make some breakfast. Y'all, I swear this is just, I put the egg on the counter and like, it's too early for this shit. And how I know that that's going to be the type of day I'm having is because I was just shooting a brand product for like UGC content for Animal, and I forgot that I put the lid on halfway to make it dramatic, and I was going down like this, and I went to go take it like that. The lid was off. This whole shit, half the bottle on the floor. I hope my dog's like a little pre-workout. Don't lick the floor. Okay. So this is a big breakfast. I got oatmeal with banana, peanut butter, and honey. And then I got 3 whole eggs with 2 ounces of steak, give or take. Yeah, I always eat a big breakfast before I go hit legs, especially because like since I am traveling, I'm like off. I'm not really off my plan because I'm still working out and whatnot, but it's obviously just different than being in like my own house and doing what I gotta do, right? But excuses don't burn calories. And I'm not just gonna stop living my life and going to see my family just because I'm really on my shit right now. I will say, ever since like, you know, my little heartbreak, I have never been so locked in mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Like, I said this in my last video, like the number one thing that I did was I started turning to God more and like my faith and everything like that, because when you're at the bottom of the barrel, that's all you got, honestly. Like, only God can save you at that point. We will call one of our girlfriends and we will talk about the same thing over and over and over again, trying to justify it or come up with an excuse or come up with something. Like, I remember when me and my ex broke up, not this recent one. I would talk about that shit with every person I could get a chance with, even if it was the cashier at the grocery store. I would be like, yeah, I'm going through a breakup. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear your negative shit. Life goes on, you know? So, it's raining. New York weather is the worst. But anyway. Okay, squad. We are at the gym. It'd probably help if you guys could see it. So this is Unique Fitness in Hellbrook. So we are ready to go get this glute and hamstring day. I feel like all I post is leg days and back day. So when you guys get sick of it, just drop in the comments like what workouts you want me to see, like do. I just have like certain film days. That's all it really is. And I feel like legs is like something that most people like struggle with, is like building quality legs, and that's not me. It's not me. So let's see. Sheesh, I almost just broke my camera. But I don't struggle with leg day. Not trying to be a jerk off, but you know, okay. I'm driving my dad's truck, by the way, and I gotta be real blunt. Driving a pickup is crazy work, especially because like I stopped driving once I got into my car accident. Fun little story. No, not really fun, but before we get into it, I'll tell you guys a story time. One time, 4 years ago now, I was visiting back here in Long Island, and I took a red-eye flight, landed at like 7 a.m., went straight to my house, showered, got dressed, went to my best friend's bridal shower, was there all day, and then went to dinner with my parents, and then went back to my best friend's house. And by the time I got in my car, drove, it was like 2 a.m., and I crashed into a telephone pole. I fell asleep at the wheel, crashed into a telephone pole, flipped my brother's Jeep Wrangler twice, and almost landed in a storefront. It was crazy. I was actually really lucky to be alive. And when they got to the scene of the accident, they were just like, oh, she's drunk. And I was really muscular at this time. So the police officer's like, she's not drunk. We did a sobriety test on her. Like, look at her. And I was like, I'm not drunk. I know everything. Here's my address. Here's my address in California, my address in New York. I swear I'm not drunk. I don't know what happened. So anyway, when the ambulance got there, they were just like, we just don't understand. They were like, she's so muscular that her body acted like a drunk person. Her muscles embraced her organs in her bodies. They were like, if she would have been 2 inches taller, she'd be dead. Because my brother had a roll cage in there. And they were like, and if she wasn't in shape, like, she would be dead. So it was crazy. I remember when the Jeep was flipped over on its side, like the windows were smashed, and I remember just like going in and out and like seeing like a white light. And I said to God, I said, if you just let me crawl out of this car, I promise I'll be good and do good. And that was like my big turning point moment. And so I kicked out the rest of the glass. I got out. And the crazy part about this story is when I got out, there was a man there, and he was brushing the glass out of my hair. And he was just like, you're okay. Everything is okay. Nobody's in the car with you. And I said, okay. And then I turned and looked to my left, and all of a sudden I see a woman coming running over. Oh my God, she's alive. And then I saw all the cops, the ambulances, and I was like, and then I looked back to my right, and that man was gone. And then when I said to the police, I was like, there was a man here, like he was here, like as soon as I got out of the car. They were like, there was no man there. That woman said that you were talking to yourself. I don't believe I was talking to myself. Well, we're here. We made it. It's 7 a.m. So yeah, it's gonna be a glute and hamstring day. I really like this gym. It's a really nice gym. I'm going to show you in a second. The only thing I hate about coming here is that it's a lot of like older men. And a lot of them were like, you know, police officers or retired police officers. And I don't know why, like, but they hate when people are like filming and doing stuff. And they always make comments. Like last time I was here, someone was just like, you know, I don't understand your generation. So you need to film everything that you do? And I'm like, first of all, sir, why do you care what I do? Like, why does it bother you if I'm filming in the gym? Especially like for me, because like I'm very, very cautious about like me filming in the gym, in the sense of, one, I don't really want you in my shot anyway. Two, I do find it rude, like if you're filming and there's other people in the background. I mean, sometimes you're not going to be able to help everything that you do, but it's like equally, I make sure I set up my camera angles and stuff like that so I don't get people in my shot, because I don't like being in other people's shots. So they have this like giant picture this like little football field. So all the way up there is like all the cardio equipment and stuff like that. And then back over here is like where the free weights are. And then over that way where we'll be is where all the machines and squat racks and stuff are. So, all right, let's get into it. I'm going to start with deadlifts. Obviously, I need to get warmed up, so I'm gonna hit it with no weight. When you're here for a deadlift, especially a barbell deadlifts, we're doing Romanian. I'm not doing conventional. So you want to be shoulder width apart, chest up, back nice and straight, slight bend in the knee. And you want to push back onto your glutes and hamstrings as far back as possible. You want to come right to the middle of the shin. Remember, we're focusing in on glutes and hamstrings today. So we want to get nice and deep in there, but you also don't want to hyperextend and go all the way down to the ground. Always making sure that the neck and the spine are nice and aligned. I don't really like to go heavy on deadlifts, to be honest with you, for multiple reasons. Number one, I'm not a power lifter. I don't really care to be like, yeah, bro, I can deadlift 500 and 8,700 pounds. I don't care about that, to be honest. That's just me, though. It's just me. So yeah, so I'm probably just gonna stay at like 45s on each side, and then again, just focusing in on the squeeze and the glutes and the contraction and the elongation of the hamstrings. We're trying to build these glutes back up. I lost them a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, that was kind of heavy. I don't know why that was so heavy. I used to be able to deadlift pretty good, but I don't know, maybe I'm a little rusty. I really am trying to get my strength up. I don't know what's not working. Maybe it's because I'm a hybrid girly now, and I do find it difficult to run and stay agile and then being able to lift really heavy. So, but you know what? I honestly care more about what I look like than what my strength and numbers are. I just choked. Oh shoot, I just realized I have to finish shooting for animal. God damn it. So I like to do an underhand overhand grip. It just makes my wrist feel a little bit better. Doing two overhands, to be blunt, really hurts my wrist. So here we are. Yikes. Why is it so heavy? My damn microphone wasn't on. Okay. Second exercise. Now we're gonna do a hamstring curl, because I was just over in a hinge position, elongating the hamstring, opening up the glutes and hammies. That was scary. I just choked on my own spit. So when we're here, I like to do this a little bit differently for the prone leg curl. So when we're here, I like to make sure that I'm sitting a little bit upright into like a seal position. Because what happens sometimes is when you lay completely flat, you put it in your lower back. So most people don't do hamstring curls the right way, and they like force the rep up. They think that it's going into the hamstring, but it's actually staying into the lower back. So what I mean by that is, if you're all the way down here, right, and I'm trying to force it up, now you have your lower back engagement. Whereas if you come into this position right here, now you're digging in from your hips, and then you're gonna put it all into the hamstring as you're curling up, and then you're gonna elongate the hamstring, and you're gonna make sure that you're properly engaging the hamstring. The agenda, we have curtsy lunges. So I'm not going to do it with 2 dumbbells, I'm only going to do it with 1, and I like to prop up the bench so then I can get a slight hinge into the exercise so I can get a little bit deeper into the glute and hamstring. So when you're coming back on a curtsy lunge, you plant your full foot on the ground. Again, I'm going to lean slightly into it. I step back on a diagonal, pushing back down on my glute when you're here. Also, I need to tell you, power of the tongue is so real. Because I told you guys that story the last time I was here, I manifested it. Just now, I had someone come up to me asking me like, do you take out the people when you record? And like, I don't care when people ask me because it's like, it's their right? Like, I don't like being in the background of other people's videos, but I knew that shit was gonna happen. That's why I don't really like coming here too much to record my content, just because like I do feel bad, I get it. Like people in Long Island, New York are not really used to like the influencer culture, which is fine. I don't even like to call myself that because it's a content, I create content, and for me it's a little bit different just because like I do get paid for it, and now that I'm trying to regrow my YouTube channel and community, it's like I'm really trying to give out information, but the look of me and the perception is that I'm just uneducated, I'm just some girl talking into the camera, and I'm just some dumb influencer with no knowledge or credibility. And I get it, I understand 100%. All right, next up on the agenda, we got Smith machine, good mornings. So you could either do this with a barbell or the Smith machine. Me personally, I like to do it with the Smith machine just because doing with a barbell hurts my lower back. I feel like sometimes when I come up, because I have a lower back injury, like my hip kind of cocks out. So I do enjoy it more with the Smith machine. I feel a little bit more stable. So funny, like coming back to these gyms in Long Island is always so funny to me because like I see guys and like people like that I've known since I was literally a child. Like I started bodybuilding at 16 years old is when I got into like the gym seriously, and I did my first bodybuilding show when I was 17. So I used to work at this like big bodybuilding gym in Farmingdale called Infinity Fitness when I was about to turn like 17. So like I was still in high school, and it was like a very like hardcore bodybuilding gym back then. And like all the old school guys that like worked in that area, I guess now they like, you know, live out here in Long Island. So like someone saw me and they were like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And like, cause I'm all grown up now, you know, like I'm 33 now, I'm not 17. So I've changed a lot. So it's just funny to me. Funny. Okay. All right, that's just me procrastinating. So I'm gonna go heels in, toes out stance, because again, I'm trying to target more of my glutes and hamstrings. So you slightly bend at the knee, push back on the hips, and then squeeze from the under half of your glute when you're here. Now, when you're doing this exercise on the Smith machine, you wanna make sure you're not squatting down, you're hinging. So when you're here, you wanna just imagine that you're pushing back onto your hip line as far back as possible. The analogy I got that I tell all my clients is, imagine you're sticking your butt back in someone's face. The second I say that, everyone nasty ass gets it. So just imagine, like I said, you're shoving your butt back in someone's face. That's how you do a proper hinge when you're doing any sort of hinging exercise like a deadlift or a good morning or something like that. Okay, next up on the agenda, we have the pit shark. That's what it's called, pit shark. I really love this machine. I'm gonna go sumo squats on this one, heels and toes out, nice and wide stance. I'm gonna get a slight hinge into the exercise so I can really dig into the glutes a little bit. Because again, Monday is like my overall leg day focus, and then Saturday is my glute and hamstring day. So when you put this belt on, looks a little funny, but here we are. The last exercise I'm going to do. Typically I would actually start with hip thrust, but to be very transparent with you, I did not see this machine all the way over in the corner. So I really like this machine because it's different than the one that I have at my gym that I showed you guys on video. Number one, this one moves with your body. So the reason why people always get injured from hip thrust is because they're always like going with their lower back. So you want to make sure it's like a seesaw motion. So you're looking at the mirror, looking at the ceiling. So I'm going to keep this one like relatively light because, again, I like to do hip thrusts as like my big lift. But right now I just want to elongate the glutes and I want to just like get just like the rest of the pump that I need to be done with this workout, because I still need to film my brand deal, and then I need to get out of here because I'm going to go to watch an NPC show today. Full circle moment. It was my first NPC show I ever did back in 2010. So we're going to go watch. So let's get set up. This is going to be really light for me. So again, I'm just going to go for reps and I'm just going to burn out. So when you're here, you want to go nice and flat back. Jesus, who skinny biatch was on this shit? Strap in for the ride. Okay. I'm retarded. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna add weight. I'm gonna do a 5-second hold at the top after my last reps. So I just did 15. I'm gonna work my way down. Okay, squad, we just finished our leg workout. I was gonna do cardio, but to be honest with you, I don't really feel like it anymore, and I'm pressed for time. But it's just so funny to me because I just had to film like a brand deal that I had, right? And people are staring at me, and I saw a girl making fun of me, right? But it's like, if you're a content creator thinking about becoming a content creator, you gotta not care about what other people think about you. Knock anybody when they're filming their content. Their small little content is gonna make them something big one day. And that's just all I keep telling myself is, if I stay consistent, I'm gonna make it big one day. And all the people that make fun of me and all the people that say shit to me, it's just because honestly they're jealous because they have to go do something that they don't like, and I get to do something that I love to do. So again, if you're just trying to become a content creator, post your content. Your silly little content is going to get you somewhere one day. Like I was saying, because my mic rudely cut out, yeah, so like, if you are trying to become a content creator, I hope that this can inspire you. You just really have to not care, because one reality is you'll probably never see these people ever again. Number two, you're making money off of this at some point, and if you don't stay consistent in the beginning, you'll never make money off of it. So do you think I really care what Cindy Lou Who in the gym is thinking about me as she's giggling and rolling her eyes and staring at me? No, I don't, because guess what, Cindy? You didn't just make $750 for a 30-second video, okay? And that's not even me being mean, cocky, or anything like that. It's just like, I just don't care. I'm at a point in my life where I'm 33 years old, and I cannot care what these people think about me. And you think I care about what the people in Long Island, New York think about me? Like, no, I don't. Bye, homegirl. Anyway, I'm starving and I really want a bagel. I need a New York bagel and a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. It's 9:04. My friend's supposed to come pick me up at 10:30. Let's get this ball rolling. Okay, over and out. Clearly I'm feeling better from my heartbreak, even though I checked his stories today. Don't check their stories when you're in no contact. Don't do it to yourself, homegirl, okay? Or homeboy, don't do it. Don't check her stories. It'll drive you mad. That's where I'm at right now, okay? Squad, we have acquired the goods, okay? Now, if you know, there is nothing like a New York bagel, okay? Nothing like it. Don't fight with me. Don't argue with me in the comment section, wherever you guys are from. You guys don't got bagels like this. I don't care. It's just, it's something in the New York water. Look at this. Do you see the perfection in this bagel? Yes, I do eat bagels, okay? Look at this. Look at this. It's like a work of art. Okay, I got to save this for when I'm home, though, because my dad will kill me if I get everything seeds all over the car. So let's go home. Let's shower. Let's get ready because, you know, your girl does not got a lot of time. She does not got a lot of time. It's okay, though. We're going to go to the Long Island Championships. Let's go, baby. Okay, squad. Now that my workout's done, now that I ate my breakfast, I'm here at my big bro. We're going to go to the Long Island Championships. Full circle moment. That was my first bodybuilding show I ever did in my whole life back in 2010. So it'll be funny to like go back and go watch this show. So yeah, so now we're going to roll out. We're going to go to the show and I'll see you there.
Your post is, yeah, fully plastic. See? pay for
Oh.
that 73, but
Yeah.
like money. I'm glad I can make it.
Just finished up at the show. All I gotta say to everybody is, if you plan on competing, get yourself a posing coach. You need a posing coach. Now we are going to get some food. We're going to this burger spot. This better be fire. You better not be lying to me.
Trust me. I said burger shop for no reason.
You just want to be famous so bad. Okay. I don't have my microphone, but it's okay. So, we got this grilled chicken sandwich with pesto. And we got
Brooklyn.
the Brooklyn.
Okay, in the house.
Brooklyn. Okay, this does look kind of fire. Oh, fire.
How is it? Good, right?
I approve.